Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill. That is the Coffee Company live here on the Coffee Company and, of course, on Tottenham on Tour, the world famous home of Levy Out. It's a lovely sunny day. It is a lovely 15 degrees and it's wonderfully sunny. But here we are joined by Aki Brian, because it is a Tottenham on Tour show, and this is a preview show for Tottenham Hotspur away from home at Eintracht Frankfurt in the UEFA Europa League Quarter-Final. But Aki, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm okay today. It's like you said, it's a beautiful day. It's a sad day. My sister's 13-year-old dog has to be put down today. Bless her. Her time has come, but thankfully I got to see her before she goes. But it's the best thing for her. But apart from that, it's lovely to be in London. It's a beautiful day. Spurs play tomorrow.
And you get to meet Martin Jol. And you get to meet Martin Jol.
I get to spend the evening with Martin Jol tomorrow. I mean, there was a slight possibility I could go to Frankfurt. But then it was offered, maybe go to Frankfurt, but I couldn't risk going there in case anything happened with my nephew's bar mitzvah at the weekend, or spend the evening with Martin Jol. And funny enough, Martin Jol would win every single time. So I'm very much looking forward to that tomorrow.
Great stuff. I've got my coffee already. I've got an icy. You've got the iron brew, so big up the Scots. You've got your iron brew. But let's see who's in the chat to take us through the show. We've got 34 of you in on both streams, so make sure you like on both the Coffee Company and, of course, on Tottenham on Tour. We got Rinketics in the house coming in first, saying big up. Oh, we got Marianne. It's good to see her. Good to see you, Marianne, saying big up Ben, Brian, and chat. Colin Crossamano's in the house. Good to see her. Avi Aki, big up. Good to see her. Hugs Samayach. We have Nige. Good to see you, buddy. YouTube member saying big up, chat. Much love. Shemtang, YouTube member. Afternoon, Mr. Ben Giovanni and Mr. Dagalicious. Hopefully you're both well. And Mr. Daigle is enjoying his visit or his holiday. We can't say visit because then Bobby K will come in the chat and say he's back home finally. When's he coming for a holiday? We have a Tavacron Wembley 1. Good to see her. Good to see her. Afternoon, boys. Just think he could be gone in 32 hours' time. He should be forced to make his own way back from Germany and not travel back with the team. We don't know how we're going to play. Yes, we don't know. We don't know. We could come away with a victory. So let's try and be as positive as possible, but we will see. 9 degrees in the valley, you lucky sods. But big up the valleys. Big up the valleys. We have Dave Raybold's in the house. Good to see you, Dave. Had a bad day so far. Smashed my favourite coffee mug. Smashed to pieces, onwards and upwards. It could be a good omen. Dan Payton's in the house. An afternoon chaps, another day of Spurs chat and some more Spurs misery. Good to see you both at the protest a couple of weeks ago. Good to see you as well,
always
Dan.
A pleasure, buddy.
Good to see you. Beyond 72. Good to see you, buddy. It's Tottenham on Tour. It's who we are. It's who we are. Tony's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Angus is saying it's match day. Come on, you Madrid. Come on, you Madrid. A la Madrid. Blah, 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 blah. I like to do a la Madrid, but sing it like the Canadian national anthem. A la Madrid. Big up. We got Paddy's in the house. Good to see you, Paddy. Saying afternoon, folks. Hope you're well.
Paddy, I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with Iron Brew. I love it.
Dryan McBagel in his Iron Brew. Good to see you.
Right.
Good to see you. Got Craig's in the house. Good to see you, Craig. Yes, he's saying hug Samayak as well. Good to see you, Fran, YouTube member. Win or lose, Ange out. Well, let's hopefully we win. We have Colin Crossamano saying this is Spurs, Ben. Even Spurs don't know what's going to happen. Indeed. We have D-Trex is in the house. Good to see you.
D-Trex.
Good to see you. Shut up, Ben. Shut up, you, Angus. Shut up, you. We got Daniels in the house saying El Tel is a raid from El Tel Cockerel. Thank you so much, Jose, for The Raid. Blissy's in the house. Good to see you, Blissy. We have Daniel saying, big up Ben and Brian. Good to see you, Daniel. Hopefully you're well. You know there's Madrid fans in Canada who would be all over that. Up the iron brew. Up the iron brew, indeed. I saw Cardiff beat Madrid, so no big deal beating them, absolutely. Is it a normal or diet iron brew?
Normal. If you see me, I don't. Well, actually, the way I've been putting weight on, maybe I do need to diet.
We got the lovely Jessie's in the house. Good to see you, Jessie. Hopefully you are going to enjoy the new coffee that I've sent you. You're the first person to receive a bag of it. So let us know what you think. We have Michael Hellman's in the house saying we will win tomorrow. Ange out camp won't get any reprieve until the end of the season. You know what? I hope we go as far as possible. I want Tottenham to win games of football. We have Stu Boy. Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. Afternoon, Ben Brian. Hopefully you're feeling better after your hospital stuff. Hopefully you're home now. Thanks you so much. Indeed. Always welcome, Jesse. Always welcome. Right. What do you want to start with, Aki? Eintracht Frankfurt versus Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Mate,
what's your view?
Well, no, I mean, the first thing to discuss is, does Romero start? If he doesn't, who do you start in place of him? Who's the fullbacks? There's a big conversation going on. Do you start Solanke or do you start Richarlison? There are so many things here to discuss and so little time to do it. I mean, let's start up top and make our way down. We'll see what the audience have to say, the viewers have to say as well as yourself. Right here, right now, if you were the manager of the football club, and we need to get the goals, are you starting? Big up, Lisa, darling. Are you starting Dominic Solanke, or are you starting the pigeon, Mr. Richarlison?
Richarlison can't stay fit for 5 minutes. He can't stay fit for 5 minutes. You can't play him an entire game. Personally, I think Romero starts tomorrow. I think Romero starts.
We're starting up top. Richarlison or Solanke?
Solanke starts tomorrow.
Okay, so fight your case. Fight your case, because I'm the exact opposite to you.
You think Richarlison is starting?
Okay. No, no, that's not what I said. Who do I think starting? I'm asking you, who would you start?
I would start Solanke because I want availability is one of the best skills. And if we play Richarlison from the start, I don't think he's 40% fit, to be honest. So I wouldn't start Richarlison. Of course, it would if meritocracy says Richarlison scored at the weekend, he should play because he scored. So meritocracy says he should get a go. But I think Solanke, for his pressing and I think his aggressiveness, will get the nod ahead of Richarlison.
Okay, so you keep going back to what you think, Adam. I personally start Richarlison. If you look at it, Richarlison has scored more goals than Solanke since January. Solanke, I love Solanke. I think he's just got really terrible service. I think with the right team around him, he could be very, very good. But when Richarlison has been fit, like he did last season when we had that little purple patch, when he's fit, he scores goals. He doesn't bother trying to make goals like Richarlison has or his hold-up play. He is up there for service to get the ball in the back of the net. And whether he starts for 45 minutes, 60 minutes, 25 minutes, you then bring Solanke on if we're in the lead to hold up and keep the ball. Right now, we've seen Solanke, I was at Wolves. It was the only game I've seen this season. He was shocking. Even his hold-up play and everything that is normally brilliant was absolutely was so poor. He's not in the box for the chances we created.
Yeah,
he's out of position, and there's no doubt we have to score.
Yeah,
and if we are going to get service in the box, who do I think will be in the box more, Richarlison or Solanke? Richarlison. Richarlison looks better at set pieces. We don't get crosses into the box for Richarlison, Solanke to thrive. So before we move on to the next one, there's 86 in here. Just put one word: Richie or Solanke.
Yeah.
Let's see what people are saying.
Audience participation. We got a few people that have just come in the room. We have Tony Rodriguez. Good to see her. Hopefully you're well, Tony. Drew Lala is in the house. Good to see her. Good to see her. We have where's her message? I can't find her. We have Auntie Kate's in the building. Good to see her, Auntie Kate. Hopefully you are well.
And Jim, probably. And Jim. They're probably watching it together.
And Jim. Don't forget Jim. But Jimbo's got his own account. He can come in if he wants. We have James Flowers in the house. It's good to see a Flower Power. Good to see her.
I can see one of his comments, Mr. Flower, saying big Vic up top. Let's just say on Sunday, mate, I left you alone because Sunday he was absolutely he was woeful. He was absolutely woeful. Listen, since he's come back from injury, Big Vic has been brilliant. But Sunday, he was a hot mess. A very hot mess. But yeah, so let's get back to it. Richie.
We got Chem saying Richie. Andy saying Richie. David E saying Richie. Nigel saying Richie. Angus is saying none of them. They're both shit.
Oh, listen, they're both not good enough for Spurs right now. I do think, like I said before, I think if we got elite wingers that could cross a football and give Solanke service, I think we see a completely different Solanke. But I have stood up for Solanke all season, like I did with Johnson to begin with. But I will stand up and say, yeah, do you know what? He's there to score goals. And even since he's come back from injury, apart from the assist or pre-assist for the Porro goal and his general hold-up play, he's offered nothing up top. It's just a shame that our three strikers are Scarlett, who this isn't putting him, like I say, now poor. He's a young guy trying to get his craft. Richarlison and Solanke, that I think between them haven't even amassed 10 Premier League goals.
Stuart saying Richie, it's like Lord Rodders. Good to see you, Plonker.
Big up, Rodney.
Big up, Rodney, you Plonker. Good to see her. Just joined Solanke for me. Fran saying Solanke. Paddy's saying both. James
Fran's saying 4-4-2. I think we had this discussion before. I would love a team just to turn around and go, do you know what? Let's go back 4-4-2. This is one game where, do you know what? If Ange experiments, it's like the documentary title. This game really is all or nothing.
Yeah.
If you're going to go out with a blaze of glory, and just go hell for leather, in my opinion.
Yeah. Mario is saying Solanke.
I bet Craig has said Solanke. Richarlison.
Come on, you Spurs from Jesse. Will, who's literally there, has said play Mikey Moore. Ian Lubin is now, if he's watching the stream, is celebrating. Yes, play the youth players. Ange won't change his formation. No, he won't. I agree. I did have a little cry. I'd play Scarlett. James Flowers saying Richarlison. Does Kinski get a shout?
He can't. He's out
the team.
He was not allowed. Oh, sorry, we didn't bring him into the European squad.
No,
because we brought Danso until Kinski isn't in the Euro squad.
What?
Kinski is not in the European squad.
Didn't he play in a European game though?
No. Kinski is not in our. Kinski is not an option. It'll be Brandon Austin.
Kulusevski is a false nine. That's interesting. Tell up top, no way. Archer saying Scarlett. Colin saying Solanke. I would like to see Mikey Moore play. Mikel Merino is better than both of them. Tell at 60 minutes unless we are balling. Only Richie because he's in the box more. They are both
exactly right. It's exactly it.
I'll find a different solution. Both of them would drop too deep because that's what Ange tells them to do. Solanke is average at best. Craig on the money is saying Richie is our best goal scorer. If he can't keep fit, which he can't, so I would definitely start him. He's probably the only one suited to this stupid style of play. Richie has to start. Checkmate is saying so wanky. David is saying I love Solanke's effort, but that isn't good enough.
That's exactly it. Exactly
better. Gary Paul Speed saying big up Ben and Brian, seeing at the protest. Good to see you, Gary. Good to see you. Tell's movement was good on Sunday. I would play him over Sonny.
Can you just hold that there? Just hold, because I actually want to say it because because I went on a few streams after the Wolves game. I tried to be positive at Wolves. I tried, like, during the game, I was like, I'm going to try and find positive things to say. And a lot of people have misunderstood what I said, thinking I'm saying that Tell's amazing. And he's a brilliant... That's not what I said. Tell's... When you're watching the game live, obviously, as you all know, when you go to home or away games, Europe, whatever, you see the full pitch the whole time. When you watch it on TV, for obviously reasons, you only see what the cameras show you. Matthias Tell on Sunday in the first half was right by us when we were attacking down that end. He was right on the touchline. Me and Ben were sitting, or the away fans were. His movement and his runs that he was making, it would have broken offside. And every single time the Spurs players failed to use him. They went inside or they went right to Johnson or whatever. He made countless, and I do mean countless, incredible runs. Maddison picked him out a couple of times. Yeah. His movement off the ball was fantastic. Not saying he had the best game or he was his movement is only from that game. I can only that small sample size of seeing him live. Yeah. His movement was terrific. Terrific.
I don't see anything in the player. I don't see anything in him. We have Tom saying good afternoon. Good to see you, Ruby.
Big up, Ruby.
Big up, chat. Off to take Kelter an appointment. What's the difference between Scarlett, Solanke, Parrott, and Richarlison? They're all crap. Mariana, Ange does not play for. He only has one tactic. Angus is saying, how long do you think it will take for Frankfurt to score? I don't know.
They're going to score before the game starts.
Yes.
Listen, I think what we've got to remember here, and we'll go back into the defence like we were talking about just in a minute, Ben. I think we've all said this before, and we all see it, that not only do we give away easy chances and clear chances right at the beginning, but I've had the same for a while. Since the Bournemouth game, when the Bournemouth game, we lost at Bournemouth. When the going gets tough, the weak go hiding. And every time the fans are hostile, the occasion is big, and we saw a small sample size of what their travelling support was. I think that support is going to scare the crap out of our players, and I think they're already ahead, technically, mentally, because of that home support. And it's whether we turn up. It's whether we turn up and can deal with that pressure, because that stadium is going to be absolutely rocking.
Yeah, it's going to be jumping.
Big time.
Crazy play Archie Gray in his actual position. I agree.
What is this sorcery? What is this sorcery?
Michael Hellman's account has been taken over by Ian Lubin. Sean's in the house. Good to see him. Richie has to start. This could be the kind of game, drawing fouls, etc. Shithousery, etc. Play Anders striker. Richie, Mikey Morton, Kulusevski is the front three. We have Eltel Cockerels in the house. There's Buenas tardes, Ben, y todos en el chat. Good to see you, Jose.
Big up, Eltel. Big up, Jose.
Kinski did play in Europe. That it was the table rounds. He wasn't picked. Phil P. Woo!
Big up, Phil. See you tomorrow, brother.
Tell has no experience. Why is he cutting teeth at our club? Where is Veliz? He's at Espanyol.
He's in Spain.
He's also average. Where is he better than Brian Hill? Picked in the squad for the knockouts. Porro or Spence?
He's not in the squad. He can't play. I'm sure. Wait a minute. I'm going to check this out. I'm sure Kinski cannot play in Europe for us.
Kusi to get sent off. I don't know. It will be brutal. It will be brutal. Frankfurt atmosphere as a 12th player. Good to see you, Celery. Good to see you, Celery.
No, he can't. Kinski is already featured in the Europa League for Slavia Prague this season. He can't. I was right. He cannot play for Tottenham in Europa.
Our best striker is currently out on loan. Just ask West Brom fans.
Mate, you probably saw that. And also the Stoke fans waxing lyrical about Ashley Phillips.
Yeah.
Which is great to hear. But talking about that, defence. Go on then. We were talking about Romero. Does Romero start for you?
Yes, he has to. I don't think Danto's fit. Think Danto's fit. Good to see a side answer as well. And Richard played Ledley King. Personally, I want to see Jed Spence against Ekitike. I really didn't understand that pick our best fullback should be against their best attacker at defending. Jed Spence should play. Jed Spence should be playing at right back. It was bonkers he wasn't picked. Bonkers. So I would play left back, you go with Udogie, centre backs Van der Ven and Romero, and Jed Spence. But you know what? Knowing Ange, he'll play Archie Gray at left back. He'll play Dan Sow at right back. He'll play Dane Scarlett at centre back. You just don't know with him.
Honestly, after I don't know, and I'm saying I don't know if I start Romero. It was such a horrific performance on Sunday. His body language off the ball was, and like I said, I was there. It was shocking. Oh Jesus Christ. the mistake, the error that led to the goal was all about concentration, and he switched off. This is meant to be a leader.
Yeah.
He didn't show any captain. He was the captain of the day, and Vicario's giving the pep talks. He has no interest. And do I want a player playing that's playing half-hearted? No doubt in his talent. No doubt in his talent. But look at Christian Eriksen before he left.
Yeah.
His performances plummeted off a cliff when he knew he was on the way out and wanted out and weren't signing the contract. I know this isn't the contract issue. I would have no problem whatsoever. If I saw Mickey Van der Ven, let's just say Archie Gray, fine, they're two players that will play for the badge. The two players that will give 100% effort. If Romero starts tomorrow and Romero puts in another performance like he did Sunday, it will be like playing with 10 men. And I don't know. Listen, I'm always one. If you don't want to play for this club and you want out, don't wear the shirt.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
That's why
I said I would get rid of him in the summer. I'd get rid of him.
Well, this is the thing. But then that's the thing. If he wants out,
get rid of him.
He's not playing wholehearted. We know the links to Atletico. I'd rather go out with 11 men wearing the badge that will play for it, rather than people that are just there. I cannot describe to you just how poor Romero was.
Yeah, he was
dreadful. Honestly, I mean, you lot would have seen it on TV, but just watching it, just the lack of effort, the lack of...
he was captain as well. He was the captain.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the whole leadership team. Yeah. We've got a leadership team full of no leaders.
Yeah.
In all honesty. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, let's have a look. There's 131 people in. Would you start Romero tomorrow? And bear in mind, this isn't because what you know he can do when he's on it. Based on what you saw Sunday, based on all the facts that obviously it looks like he wants out. We've heard him speak out on the board. Would you start Romero tomorrow? Just simple yes or no.
Yeah.
Mate, even Joe, and this is the thing. You know what conversation we were having at the end of Wolves? At the end of the Wolves game, the people I was sitting with, when you look at Ben Davies, forget whether you like him, rate him, think he's a good servant or not. You look at, he's been here 10 years. Look at the team and everything that was assembling when he joined. And just look at the evolution of Ben Davies' time at Tottenham. Not his career, not what he's won or hasn't won, not what his performance has been. Just look at the team he was joining to the team he could be departing. And that's a team in that 10 years that have had Champions League football regularly, couple of title pushes, or at least a couple of title attempts, challenges. And the difference in this team and squad and everything is absolutely night and day. I think I'm losing. I might have won the Richarlison one. I think I'm losing the Romero one.
Yeah, you have to play him, unfortunately.
I just don't think you could. Fran, you're meant to be on my side, darling. Oh, we'll have a disciplinary. Fran, we're gonna have a disciplinary after.
If his heart's not in it, Catman, I wasn't starting.
That's it. That's the thing. That's the. Don't get me wrong. If it was on talent and Romero was happy, this ain't even a conversation. It's a nothing. It's a 100% Romero's one of the first on the team list. but we don't even know if Sonny's. I mean, I haven't heard what Ange has had to say about the press conference and team fit. Has it come out yet?
No, I've not seen it. I've not seen it.
Do you start next week? Well, what was that one? Go up to that.
Do you start? Who do you start next to Mickey van der Ven if you drop Kuti? Is the problem Danso?
I said, mate. Well, it depends if Danso's fit. I'll start. I've got no problem.
He's training. He was training.
I've got. Okay, so you got Danso. You got no problem. If I saw Archie, as much as Archie Gray, he's putting performance with Mickey van der Ven. It's literally. I think what it comes down to, in my opinion, the way I see it, is: do I want a guy crossing that white line that I know sees his future at Tottenham, or immediate future, should we say, next season, that wants to progress at the club, that hasn't had all this controversy? And obviously, you can't fault or stop the rumours with Atletico Madrid. We know everything is aligning up with all the reasons why it looks like there's serious legs to it. He's another player that's come in and once again has been told fake promises, empty words, gentleman agreements, that this squad is going to challenge and we're going to go places. He's been it's another player that's been lied to. So I kind of don't blame him for his heart not being in it, because it's just another player that has fallen aside to the nonsense that this football club tell people. And this what Side Dancer said is my exact argument.
Yeah.
Look what Christian Eriksen did. Christian Eriksen, who I wasn't the biggest fan. Christian Eriksen, for me, 3 months of every season, he was untouchable. Untouchable, no one could get near him. The rest of the season and big games missing. But the last few months, he was horrific. I mean, Scott, I just, with Romero, if his heart's not in it and he's going to play like he did Sunday. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. If he was,
that was a disgrace, by the way. We've not had a chance to talk about it on this channel. Walking after that loss versus Wolves, that was a disgrace as being the captain to walk straight down the tunnel. That is a disgrace.
Right.
That is disgusting.
I have
fans.
Before you go on there, I will come in on this because there have been a few people and there are a few things where people have obviously recorded that. Me and Ben noticed that, but there have been a few things that apparently he did clap the fans, but from way, way back, a very light-hearted, and then walking down the tunnel in the manner he did is complete, especially as the captain. It is not right, but
it should be the first one.
I can't confirm
it, last one off it.
I can't confirm. I can't, with my hands on heart, say, yeah, he definitely didn't clap the fans. That I can't say, because there have been quite a few people that have said no. Actually, there are videos circulating where he a very half-hearted clap. So I can't really. And I won't really put myself in it and say, yeah, he's out of order. He didn't clap the fans, because I can't vouch for it. But what I did not like is the fact that he was the captain and he just shrugged off the tunnel and was too busy having arguments with the Brazilian Wolves players than going over to the fans. I mean, the players, Brennan Johnson came very close to us and a few of the other players. Vicario's mum was literally 2 rows in front of us. So he obviously came very, very close to where we were.
You should have given Vicario's mum James Flower's number so he could finally call her.
Mate, listen, it was just a shocking performance. And do you know what? The atmosphere at Wolves, and I actually loved Molineux. I thought it was a lovely little stadium. Enjoyed the Wolverhampton fans we were speaking to were really friendly. Had some great bands with them. Yeah. Wolves are very, very clever, because when you go to Wolves, as you've seen, the stand, they give the whole stand, the lower stand, to the away fans.
Yeah.
Which is actually a stroke of genius, because it stops a small block and any kind of real atmosphere building, because it's one end. And so it's a stroke of genius from Wolves for doing that.
We've got loads of Wolves fans that come in here. You got Wolves FI, and also you got Ryan G coming in a lot. Big up to those two. I've always had nothing but the Wolves fan that always come into that. They've always been top lads.
Correct.
Always been great.
Like I said, getting back with Romero, he was just not at it on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot. Listen, can you fault the Tottenham players right now? Yes, they've got to take a lot. Listen, everyone's going very, very much in on Ange. And I'm not going to pull my punch. I'm very much going in for Ange. But these players, once again, are not doing what they should be doing. They're not playing to their full potential. Whether you want to blame the manager or not, they should have some professional pride and want to perform better. Don't get me wrong, Ange has to take a lot of responsibility, but the players are doing themselves no favours. Big up, Dan. Big up, Danny, brother.
Big up, Dan.
Listen, once again,
a few people we've got to say hello to. We've got to say hello to Stacey. Good to see you, Stacey. Of course, we can't not bring up this chat from Bobby K saying, "Good morning, Benny, Brian and everyone. Why is Brian wearing his Hawaiian holiday shirt when he's back home? Surely that's a holiday shirt." Just saying.
Mate, this is one of Walmart's finest. Walmart in Scarborough, no doubt. Loving it. But yeah, I'll be back in, what is it, the 28th I return back to Toronto.
Big up, Danny, though. Big up, Dan.
Big up, Danny.
See ya. Hopefully you're well.
Okay, do you know what? The other positions we have to go for is, we did this the last time.
That's brilliant.
I don't have any Canadian accent. I've always said when I'm back, Barbaric, I've always said when I'm back home in Toronto, I've got to make sure I've actually, now Bobby is in here. I've let Alana know that if I ever get a twinge of a Canadian accent, I'm coming home for 6 months. Because I just can't have it. Ben and everyone in the chat, who's your 2 fullbacks?
Who's everyone's 2 fullbacks? We've got Bobby saying Romero as an assistant captain is a disgrace and tells of where we are as a club. He has no passion or desire for Spurs and doesn't look like he wants to be here. Indeed. Mark Army, I go to Toronto in 5 days' time. Big up.
I think I was talking about Mark. When you coming back to? When are you leaving Toronto? When are you leaving Toronto?
Obviously, Bobby like that. That's brilliant. That's the comment of the day.
So let's see. I've seen it. So we've gone Spence and Porro.
See, I don't want Ekitike against Porro. If I had my way, I'd be playing a doggy at left back, Spence at right back, and Porro at right wing. That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
You've literally just said everything I was about to say. There's going to be no.
That's what I would do.
I have to say, I think the last couple of games. Oh, wait a minute. The last game was appalling, wasn't it? Destiny, I think, has been better since he's come back recently. I would start Destiny and Spence. Spence back on his natural position.
Yeah.
Destiny where he is. And we see what happens. Oh, I've just seen Graham's in the chat. Graham's another one who's going to be with us at Martignol night. Yeah.
We have Mark is saying Spence and Porro and Spence. 3rd of May is his last day.
Oh, mate, I arrived 28th. Reach out to me, Mark, from the 28th of April. We'll sort our meet up at the Scotland Yard one day before you go back.
We got Stacey saying Spence and Porro. Name of Graham is in the house. Good to see a name of Graham. How much do you think you'll get for Romero? Will get, if we wanted to, we could get 60 million for him. 2 years left on his deal. Get 60 million for him. World Cup winning centre back.
Can I just say, I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. People may agree with me or disagree with me. I don't know why there's such a big fuss about how much we're going to get for Romero. Is he worth 60, 70, 80 up? Yes. Does it matter if we get that? No. Are Spurs going to go out and sign a like-for-like high-caliber defender? No. They're going to say Vuskovic, Danso, Phillips, Dorrington. The fees that we get for players does not matter anymore, because someone said every penny goes back into the team when it most certainly does not. So when it comes to people, and I understand it's the way football transfers work. It's all about transfer fees, but at Tottenham Hotspur, it doesn't matter. It does not matter what we get, because unfortunately we have someone who will not reinvest in the team, or will do with youngsters that will come along, and in 2-3 years they'll be wonderful. So I don't. When it comes to the Romero fee, I don't care if we get 30 million or 80 million. We're not going to see it. The club's not. fans aren't going to see players come in. I saw yesterday again, it's all started again that the good old Jack Grealish rumours have started again, and transfer buzzword bingo is off to a flyer.
Buzzword bingo.
Mate, I'm going to tell you because we have, there's been a couple. We're in a waiting position for Kingsley Coman, and we are, what was it? We have pinpointed a landing spot for Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of nonsense is we have pinpointed a landing spot? But back to tomorrow, obviously. Were you impressed with? Was anyone impressed with Frankfurt last week? And Ben, you were there.
They did a job on us. They were very. I would say they were very clever about what they. They were very clever about how they played us. They are a much more tactically superb team than us. And I think they will open more up when they're playing at home. They got their goal early and they were very pragmatic. And I think they will, at home with their fans behind them, they will be more open, and they've got their actual goalkeeper back. They had a few injuries, Frankfurt, so you can play with a few injuries in your team. So once they get their players back, they will be more open. So I wasn't totally impressed with them. And we've got Catman. It's already been reported that Romero's agent has already called Atletico Madrid, and they've spoken to each other. So that tells you everything you need to know. Romero is not leaving because of Tottenham fans. He's leaving because the manager's crap and he wants to leave. He's already called Atletico Madrid and wants to join them. And Diego Simeone's already called him and they've already said, let's make a deal. The only problem is do they have the money to give Tottenham? And if there is money to give to Tottenham, which they do sometimes have the money because they spent £80 million on Alvarez, he's gone. He's already spoken to Diego Simeone. He wants to join. So he wants to leave. He doesn't want to be here.
Yeah,
so I don't understand this Romero loving. He's a really good player, but he's a bozo.
Ben, I'm in a conversation here. I don't think this time. This don't get me wrong. The style of playing where we are, blah blah blah. It's Ange, but like I said, the reason that he has come out and publicly said he loves Ange, whether that's true or not, this is nothing to do with that. This is to do with another elite player joining this football club, being told and sold a dream, and told this is the plan, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to get there, this is how we're going to achieve it, just to see stars walk out of this football club. The injuries pile up, promises not met, players that we were trying to, or may have been told that we're going to go. This club doesn't fulfill its potential. Players come to this football club and they all leave eventually, especially the big stars, because they thought they were coming to a club with the new stadium, the training ground, yada yada yada, and we're about to be going for it and really competing. And they see over a few seasons that what they have been told is not true. And when you see teams like Atletico Madrid that spend less than us, earn less than us, constantly challenging for a title, constantly in the Champions League, and spend the money on the stars, like you just said, have a huge Argentinian contingency. Of course, it's going to. If we hadn't let go of Kane, if we'd signed players at the levels of Kane's and Romero's, Romero wouldn't want to leave this football club. Romero wouldn't. He absolutely loved London.
There is a thing, Aki. All Argentinian players want to play for Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. If Real Madrid,
that part I'm not disputing, Ben.
If Real Madrid wanted to sign Romero, even if we were signing £100 million players, he would be the first person out the door.
No,
the thing is, Real Madrid don't want Romero because he's too much of a bozo. They want Saliba.
It's like I've said. It's also Spurs won't pay the wages, which is whether we like to admit it or not. Wages, you pay the guys what they'll stay, because it has become a money orientated thing. But unfortunately, at this football club, as we're seeing, this is why Dominic Solanke came in, because it's an expensive buy with English tax that we put on cheap wages. That's the pond we're swimming in right now. When we're with Poch and in the Champions League and going it, we were swimming with the big fishes.
Yeah,
we were just entering that big fish pond. Not saying that we can match in money and income. The new stadium was going to do that, but the reason we moved and did what we did is so we could stay in at the top table and swim in the big pool. But unfortunately, it's been lie after lie after lie, and Romero now has sat here thinking, right, I have been here for, what is it now, 3 years? 4 years maybe? And joined a team with Harry Kane's son, yada, 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 Champions League qualification. Now, this isn't what he signed for. And I think
he's got worse, Aki. He's got worse.
We've got a lot worse. And it's come to the point now where players have said, no, I'm not believing you anymore, Levy. How much more? Doesn't matter what manager comes in. Like once Ange goes, whether it's Friday, whether it's the end of season, whether he starts next season, which I doubt. Whenever he goes, the next manager comes in, we know what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen. Yeah. There's no stopping it, or there is stopping it, attending change for Spurs protests and drumming the noise up louder and louder and louder. But this is, so when it comes to Romero, as much as I would love to say, yeah, this is on Ange, it's not on Ange. Ange may have been the final nail in the coffin, the way we're playing, the way we've plummeted, whatever.
No defender wants to play in this system, Aki. No defender ever wants to play. No defender wants to play in a system where they're not protected and they get sometimes 25, 30 shots at goal. Yeah. No defender wants to play in that system. No defender worth their salt wants to concede goals. Defenders and goalkeeper. It's like one of the best. I know he's a scum player. But Jens Lehmann. It's the perfect example. Arsenal won 6-1 against a team. And Jens Lehmann went to the back room and smashed up the changing room. And they were like, why the hell are you so angry? Well, we scored 6 goals. And he's like, yeah, you scored 6 goals, but I conceded. Defenders don't like conceding goals. And all the defenders are conceding goals.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, let's get back to Eintracht Frankfurt, because you said, Joe, I actually think Eintracht Frankfurt played the game superb. They just didn't want to go back to Frankfurt with a defeat. They got their early goal.
Where's Percy?
They got their early goal. They sat back, and you know what? As much as we were dominant in the second half, every time we lost the ball, if they had a clinical finisher, they had a few chances. They could have put us to bed. I think that the game was perfectly, but I think that they came for the draw. Minimum. They did. There was just, do you know what? You have that thing. If you're not going to win the game, just don't lose. And I think that's exactly what Eintracht Frankfurt's game plan was.
Yeah.
And now we will see. Now we'll see what goes on. But I think their atmosphere. I mean, I saw a wonderful shot. You would have seen it, Ben, the whole game because you were there, and you saw the fans coming to Tottenham. The commotion they caused. There was a particular shot on TNT when it was on TV here, where Vicario was getting the ball for a goal kick or whatever, but the way the camera was zoomed, you could see the other end of the pitch and you could see the away fans, and they were just bouncing and the scarves going all over the place. Well, that was just how many fans were there? 6,000, 7,000 of them?
Yeah.
Well, you times it by what, 4 or 5 people? That place is going to be absolutely
it's going to be mentally loud. We've actually got a question from 340, and it's a really good question.
Let's do it.
With player of the season voting due to commence, who gets your vote? I'm not sure anyone deserves it. I'll probably vote Brandon Austin as a protest vote. It hasn't put my phone all season. It's either 2 players. It's kudos. You don't need to do that, buddy. Kudos. Let's keep it calm, buddy. Keep it calm. Kudos. Player of the season for me is either got to be it's either got to be Jed Spence or it's got to be Dejan Kulusevski. Dejan Kulusevski was the player of the season for the first half of the season, and the player of the season in the second half of the season was Jed Spence. It's got to be one of those two. It's got to be one of those two. I want to know what everyone else in the chat thinks. So, who do you think player of the season is?
It's, do you know what? I think Kulusevski at the start of the season, I think he was miles ahead of everyone, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But then he's obviously tired because, as I've said before, our players, and this isn't just an Ange thing, it's been a Tottenham Hotspur thing under Levy. They're overplayed and undervalued. Because when you have a top player, you have to play every single game, no rest, no nothing. So it's half. Do you know what? I think second half of the season. Can I just say as well, big up to Catman, just a fellow Torontonian. People, go easy. Catman just has been a supporter of Tottenham on tour since it started, as many of you people in the chat are. I will say we try our best here to make sure it's a free-flowing chat and everyone is respected and opinions valued, whether you agree with them or not. One of the staples is we try to keep it peaceful and respectful. So please do. Like I said, Catman Jess has been a supporter of Tottenham on tour and myself personally since we've been about. So let's keep it cool, people. Let's keep it cool.
We're not going to name call. That's not us. That's not
never
us.
Never has been, never will be. But yeah, for going back to player of the season, Jesus Christ, this is how poor it is, isn't it? This is how poor. I think Bergval's, mate. Do you know what? I think the more interesting conversation is who's going to win Young Player of the Year. Is it Gray? Is it Bergval?
Young Player of the Year is Bergval.
No, I think, mate, Archie Gray deserves a very, mate, you got to remember, Archie Gray, whether people think he's been brilliant or what, this guy has come in as an 18-year-old, I think he's turned 19 now, and literally just been the lackey and said, right, we need you to play here, or I need you to play there, you need to do this, need to do that, need to do this. And then as soon as the players out, he go. It's very, very close to me. If it's, I think over the last couple of months, Bergval's come on leaps and bounds, and there is a real player there. There is a real player there, and hopefully he'll progress, and hopefully we'll get him on a new contract in the summer. But I think the more interesting thing is Young Player of the Year.
The problem is, Aki.
Oh, Mr. K's here. Big up, Mr. K.
Big up, Mr. K. Archie Gray wouldn't have played a single minute this year if it weren't for injuries. Because we've now seen it as well. But Jed Spence has made a role in his own position, and he's shown he's the best defender at the club this season. By far, he's been the best defender at the club.
It's
Archie Gray. The moment players came back, he doesn't even get a chance in centre midfield. He doesn't even get a chance, let alone like 5-10 minutes. He doesn't get anything.
I'd have liked to see him instead of Basuma, but once again, what we do with Archie Gray is Ange decided that, okay, we're going to just chuck you at right back. You haven't played for ages. Do you know what? So Craig's got, I will say, and listen, we've all loved Spence, what he's been doing going forward, but defensively, even at Wolves, we've all seen the screenshots. There are times where we are completely open. We don't even know where our fullbacks are. Whether you want to blame Ange, which you can do, or blame the players to go, wait a minute, this is my position. He has been a lot poorer defensively in the last few games. Attackingly, he's just been the same and has always had that string to his bow. But I think defensively, I know this is a thing, Dean. Oh, I've got to bring Dean into the Tottenham on Tour group. I'm going to bring Dean in. I keep forgetting to. But yeah, this is the thing. Archie, these players just, and I saw someone sent me and tagged me in something of the list of players Tottenham have available, and I mean from the players we've sent out on loan as well. You look at it, players like, I don't know, Sean's in here, your Donnellys that you've seen, your Alfred Divines, your when we talk about the rotor, obviously you can't talk about them because they're both out on loan, but the players that have been at the club to offer some kind of rotation, offer some kind of different playing styles to Ange Postecoglou. And again, I don't even hold this on Ange. This is the club and it's bullshit. We got rid of all this deadwood a lot of them weren't first team regulars anyway, to get told that they're blocking the pathway to the youngsters, and now it's the youngsters that are going to come through. All we've done is signed youngsters and one first teamer. So even those youngsters that we're trying to develop are being stumbled by signing more youth. We have gone backwards such a huge amount. Don't get me wrong, the league position.
You dirty old man, Barbaric. Dirty old man.
The league position has gone downhill drastically, and that you have to put on Ange Postecoglou and the players. Not Levy. Well, you can put it on Levy, but like we said, once they cross the white line, it's down to the players to put in the shift. These players don't have the bottle, the spine.
That shit that's going to get you banned, Rinketic, in this chat. That's going to get you banned.
Rinketic, you're going to become a coach of a football club, buddy. I already don't like your transfer policy.
Yeah.
Well, let's have this conversation in 18 months, shall we? Let's have this conversation in 18 months. But this is the thing: we are in such a mess that I think as well. What we got to look at, the next manager that comes in has just got to come in and stable the ship. Has just got to come in and some big up Richard Spouty. He's just got to come on and steady the ship and stop taking on water.
Yeah.
And it's going to start shooting people that, in my opinion,
convert the ship to a submarine.
No. What I'm going to say is, with our next manager, I don't even expect top 4 or a top 4 challenge. Our next manager, I'm setting the perimeters, just get back into the top 8. Just get back into the top. You are starting from ground zero. The next manager's come in has just got to steady the ship and build on something. That's where we are. We got to stop thinking that we're going to get Xavi, who, don't get me wrong, I'd love him to come. Brilliant footballer, has done brilliant where he's been.
Play in midfield. I'd have him.
Well, this is the thing. We just got to. I don't see we can't get managers from that pool anymore. We can't. They won't come. I don't even think they'll come. I had this conversation months before, when I was like, Areola, Thomas Frank, who I love, I think they turn us down, and people were going, oh no, you give them the money, they'll come. I mean, Areola's about to commit to Bournemouth.
I think Areola would do. I think Areola needs to stick with Bournemouth for a couple.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Manager, if he was heavily linked with Tottenham, which he has been, we don't know if it's official or what's been going on behind closed doors, but he's like, nope, I'm going to commit to Bournemouth. It's because he feels safe where he is. He's got a fan base that love him, players that love him, a chairman and a board that will listen to him and support him and bring him what he needs and allow him to do what he needs to do on the footballing side. Yeah. Or you can come to Tottenham Hotspur, where you know factually you're not going to get any of that.
Yeah.
So good time.
We got a super chat from Michael Hellman. Good to see you, Michael. Hopefully you're well. Good to see you, buddy. We aren't even mid-table. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not even mid-table. We're bottom of the table.
Correct.
But thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. What's your thought? What are you going to say that's stupid?
On the basis, we get a manager that's any more uncertain than the manager we've got now, with the squad that we've got at the moment, the chance of recruiting any single player that's any good, we are going down next season.
I don't think we're going down next season.
How are you going to
put it this way? Put it this way: we get a manager and we don't improve. Blah 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 blah. When people start giving their predictions of where they think Spurs will finish next season, this season, I was going in saying 7th.
I said we'd finish 4th. I said we'd finish 4th. I'm so in the mud.
I have to say as well, where was that comment I'm going to bring it back up from Marianne? Where was it?
Which one?
The one about AJ.
Yeah?
Yeah. That guy came on in the Europa League game, scored a wonderful goal, looked really exciting, has not seen a solitary second since. Not a solitary second.
Yeah.
What has Mikey Moore got to do? We've got you're losing to Wolves.
Yeah.
You lose it. You take off a striker for a striker. Why not bring on 2 strikers?
Yeah.
Why not? Where's Scarlett? Where's Mikey? What have you got to lose to put Mikey Moore on?
Yeah.
But no. It's a mess.
If we're going to get a new manager, they need to be lined up now. So they're, I agree. Iriola will probably stay and get a bigger job. Yeah, I agree. We can only get average at best managers now. We've still got the money to pull in some decent employees. Ange is below average. He is indeed.
Well, Ben, you say that. You've got to remember this. Our wage bill has gone down.
Yeah.
Conte was on 15 million. Then we got Ange on 5.
Yeah.
I shudder to think what the package is for the next manager. And I think we all know, and it all came out, that one of the reasons that Paratici said no was the bonus structure of Paratici's deal was he gets a large part of his bonus if Spurs make top 4 with under 100 million net spend. And if that's what's happening at this football club right now, and that was broke by many sources, and I don't blame Paratici for saying no to that.
Yeah.
If your director of football, who is the best in the world, who's had hits and misses, is turning down projects because he doesn't even believe he can hit those things, then, mate, I said it again, like I said with Ariola and Frank. Any other team, I reckon you're looking for a manager or a player, you can get them in by flexing your financial muscle.
Yeah.
I don't think that. Even though we have the financial muscle, I don't think people want to come anywhere near us.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to come anywhere
unless
near
it's fully written in the deal that they're getting X amount of money, X amount of players, X amount of this. They need guarantors.
Mate, I'd have guarantors. I would have guarantors, and I'd have it written in every single language on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
And have the top lawyer of that language read it and confirm it, because there'll be a gentleman's agreement. There will be some small.
Is what I would do. And if they won't get what's promised, you rip up the contract. I'm off, buddy. Gone.
For example, a very, very easy example is, this is just me right now. Werner's obviously going. That's 165 on the wage bill, freed up.
Thank God.
Then you add, let's just say Richarlison goes. Let's just say Richarlison's on 80, just to round it up to 200 grand. That's 200 grand a week saved on wages. Will Spurs, A, go out and buy a player of high quality and pay him 200 grand a week? Or will they, B, go sign 3 or 4 players and scatter that 200 grand accordingly between 4? And I think we all know what the answer will be.
Yeah.
Because it's been linked, and I'll tell you, it's been linked now that we're apparently ready to pay the £65 million to get Matheus Cunha. One of 2 things are going to happen. One, they'll ask for most of it, if not all of it, up front.
Yeah.
And we'll say, thanks for talking to us, goodbye. Or we'll have some fake negotiations all summer and then get, at least we tried, and have egg on our face, because Cunha will go to a team playing European football. Oh, sorry, Richie's on 130 grand a week. So that's the best part of 300 grand a week. Once those 2 players off the wage bill, save, do Spurs go and say, right, here's XYZ amount for a top walk into the first team, top draw player, and say, right, we're giving you that wage, not the whole full 300 because it won't be that high. We won't do it. Won't do it. Good times. Good times. And all I will say before we wrap up is...
he's on 90 grand a week, so it's 250 grand a week.
Okay, so there you go. But what I will say is, like I said, of course he ain't, Simon, not a chance. But what I will say is, I've got on Friday after the Martin Jol thing, because Sim's in Frankfurt, I am going to be in the We Are Tottenham TV studio all day with him. And the last time the feeling was about this, it was when I was with Ben. Simeon was away, like he's going to be away in Frankfurt, when the whole Nuno controversy started. And then the next day I had to go get my Tottenham on tour, We Are Tottenham TV tattoo.
Yeah.
Because Conte came. So I've got a feeling, should we lose, I've got a feeling Friday is going to be a very, very, very long day.
Friday, if we lose tomorrow, Friday is going to be toxic. It's going to be toxic. It's going to be toxic Friday, not good Friday. But everyone in the chat, we've sort of gone on a tangent, but that is the end of the show. Before we go, I want you to put your prediction for Eintracht Frankfurt versus Tottenham Hotspur in the Europa League. Let's see what your score predictions are before we end the show. Let's see what you all think. We will be back tomorrow on the Coffee Company at 2 p.m. UK tomorrow. I think I'm going to be joined by Bobby Kay, of all people, and we're going to have a bit of a laugh. So everyone join us here on the Coffee Company tomorrow. If the mods can put the links in both chats for Tottenham on Tour and the Coffee Company, I'll do it. Actually, no, I can do it here.
I've just seen Celery Agent in there. Big up, Celery. Haven't seen him properly for ages.
Big up, Celery Agent. So let's put that in there. So you can put the link in, and then and then we will bring up people's score predictions. So there is the link for Tottenham on Tour as well. I'm only as fast as my laptop is. Let's see what your thing is. Big up, Philly. Good to see you. Yes, indeed. Let's see. 2-1 Frankfurt. Ange will be sacked on Friday. It will be a very good Friday. 4-1 Frankfurt. 2-1 Spurs. Why do I keep doing this to myself? 3-1 Spurs. 7-0 Spurs. Obviously. 2-1 Spurs. 3-1 Frankfurt. 3-1 Frankfurt. 2-1 Spurs. 3-1. It's 2-1 Frankfurters. 3-1 Frankfurt. 2-1 Spurs. Frankfurt on penalties. Good listen. Cheers, Jet. Cheers. 3-1. 3-1 to who? 2-1 to Frankfurt. 4-1 to Frankfurt. My prediction is I won't be watching it, which is very likely. Spurs win on pens. Big up, Phil. 2-1 for Tottenham. Frankfurt. La Madrid. It'll be great Friday if he's sacked. 3-1 Frankfurt. Fill me. 9-0 Spurs. Ange to do a pop and run on the pitch like Ajax. 2-1. 4-1 Spurs. Yes. I'm just bringing that up. Eintracht Frankfurt 3, Tottenham 1. Ange to be sacked on Friday. 3-0 Frankfurt. 2-1. Win, prayers, 6-2 Frankfurt. Bloody hell, we're not losing that much. 3-0 Spurs, Bale hat-trick.
3-0 Frankfurt half-time and gone by half-time. Half-time sacking on the pitch by Mr. Levy.
Yes, we're going back to Getafe. See you soon.
Brian can turn up. Brian, if you come
yes.
I think the biggest, obviously, I think another thing just to mention is, let's say, I think the biggest question, forget the predictions, is do we concede an early goal, or is it just going to be a very early clear chance? Because we seem to do that every single game, regardless whether we win, lose, or draw. Unless, I mean, we did it within 5 minutes in the home leg. We did it within 2 minutes, within 90 seconds at Wolves.
No, you don't.
So listen, we're gonna have to wait and see. But I don't. If anyone get, I'm going to see. First of all, let me just see if tickets are still available. Because is anyone within easy access of Luton? Because that's where we're going to be tomorrow for the Martin Yole thing. Tickets are free, and I'm just going to see if we still have tickets available. Let's have a look. Let me have a look. Because if people can get to Luton, and people say yes, they can, I will put the link if it's still available. Let's have a look. Our ticket's still available.
Put the link on the community section, Aki. Much easier. Easier.
I'm going to give it access to people that have actually watched the show and deserve to have a. Let me just put this in the copy link. I'm going to put it in right now.
Yeah.
So if anyone can get to, let me just go into the chat. Anyone can get to Luton.
Yeah.
So 1 second. Let me just turn the sound down.
They go to Russell's house.
No, they're not going to. Martin Young's
Okay, the link I've just put in the chat.
Yes.
Why?
So if people do want to come and have an evening with Martin Yarl, it's going to be a lot of fun. TNT, I think it's TNT, are going to be there. Martin Yarl's going to be taking questions. It looks like tickets are still available from what I said, Philly. Philly's going to be there. Craig O'Sullivan's going to be there. Graham's going to be there. Me and Ben, as in Ben We Are Tottenham TV, are going to be there. So if people
I'm going to hide behind the sofa in my house.
Mate, I just can't wait. As people know, Martin Yarl is someone I hold very, very, very dear to my heart. Yeah. Martin Yarl is someone that I love and is the very reason that I turned against our owners, the very, very reason that started it all. I'm going to be like a little kid at Christmas when I see him, and I'm going to let him know how much of an impact he's had on my life, or not my life, my Spurs life, shall I say, and what he means to me. Do you know what? I would love one of my biggest dreams is new owners come in, and the first thing they do is make Martin Yarl director of football. That I'd just be like, oh my God, owners, you've already won me over. You've done it. Fran, if you can get there, darling, get there. It'd be great to see you. But the link is in the chat. It did come up, didn't it?
It did come up. I put it up on the screen.
Okay, fantastic.
But so on that note, guys, it is time to end the show. Thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Yes, and now, but the cough is brewing. And as always,
Levy out.